I recently went to Cannes for the Cannes Lion Festival. Come on, who are we kidding? I haven't been anywhere. Have you gone anywhere? I'm still working here in my home office, the kids fighting in the other room, the dog barking to go out. Welcome to the Wednesday Watch. While I didn't go to Cannes last week, I did go online to look at many of the presentations as part of Cannes Lion Live, their pivot to an online experience under the theme Creativity Matters. One of the presentations that I found really insightful was the research done by James Herman and Peter Field on behalf of WARC and Cannes Lion. They sought to understand how to become consistently effective with creative marketing. They also made a creative effectiveness toolkit, which I'll link in the comments below for you to download. I highly recommend it. It's an exhaustive study, but in a good way. I'm going to dive into a small sliver of it and share with you the key takeaway from the research as it relates to the work we do at Content Branded. But before I do, here is a brief summary of their main concepts. First, they established a common language for all creative marketers. Then they came up with what they call the effectiveness ladder. This is a hierarchy of the main types of effects that creative marketing produces, from least to most commercially impactful. To determine how campaigns could climb the ladder, they looked into media budget, duration, and number of media channels applied to a creative campaign, something they call creative commitment. And lastly, for each rung of the effectiveness ladder, they highlighted areas that make up that creative commitment, such as lead media and creative strategies, that were the most effective in generating the best results. If we dive deeper into the creative strategies, because that's what's relevant to our discussion, we see there are 14 creative strategies in the data sets that they used, which range from emotion and humor to storytelling, activism, music. It runs the gamut. And the prevalence or frequency of each of these creative strategies at each level of the ladder was used to create those top charts that we saw in the previous slide. Each creative strategy has their own merits for use at each level of the creative effectiveness ladder based on a variety of factors. But can you guess the top 3 creative strategies that are the common denominator across all levels of the ladder in successful campaigns? It's no surprise what the top 2 strategies are, is it? The authors say it may seem riskier to develop a strategy based on highly creative work, the creatively awarded type that typically results from using emotion and storytelling. However, their research shows that highly creative work is far more likely to be effective than ordinary work. The challenge is to consistently create work that isn't ordinary. Content Branded has developed a methodology and the tools, focused on storytelling and emotion, to help you and your teams make highly creative and effective content on a repeatable and consistent basis. I think the researchers would agree to be effective, you need to take creative risks, and you need to increase creative commitment. Check out their white paper linked in the comments. Thanks for watching the Wednesday Watch. Hopefully you can apply these concepts in your next project.